It seems weird to say that it's now 2014. That's a really weird thing to say. I keep wanting to say 2013. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh. Hello everyone, I'm here to do my top 13 books of 2013. That took me a while to get that out. I don't know why. I'm going to do this video quickly because the light is slowly going even though it's only like nearly 1 o'clock. So, yeah. Please also note that no, not all of these books were published in 2013, but a few of them were, and others are just ones that I read in 2013. So, yeah. Let's get started, and in no particular order. And the first book is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I was a bit late jumping on the bandwagon for this book. I'm not entirely sure why. I just never got around to it, and then I got it as then I got it as a surprise for Christmas the year before last, and I read it in January 2013. I'm getting confused. This is a really fantastic book. It mixes together a whole lot of different paranormal creatures, but it's fantasy based, and there are vampires and demon hunters and forbidden love and werewolves. It's just really, really fantastic. I just couldn't put this book down, and even though it's thick, I went through it really, really quickly. It was really friggin' fantastic. Absolutely loved it, and it quickly made the top book of the year. I think so, at least. Number 2, Partials by Dan Wells. This book is about partials, obviously, which are genetically engineered soldiers, and they spread a plague throughout the world that killed off the majority of the humans, and then the humans that were left became immune to it, but their babies unfortunately didn't, and there's no newborn babies, and this girl sets off to try and find a partial to see if she can get a cure. I just love this book. It's huge. How many pages? 450 pages. It's a big book, but it was absolutely fantastic. I love the main character. She was very strong and interesting and lovely. And the romance was nice. There wasn't a whole lot of it, but I liked that. It was just focused on this kind of war and everything. It was really, really, really good. So, yes, Partials. Number 3, Pretty Girl 13 by Liz Coley. I am at a loss for words with this book. This book was phenomenal. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. It was really, really incredible. There was no romance at all in it, which was good, but it focuses on a girl who has multiple personality disorders because 1 minute she is out in the woods camping with her friends, the next minute she is at the end of her road. She goes home, her mum is crying her eyes out, and she doesn't know why, and then suddenly she tells her that she has been missing for the last, how many years? 3 years, and this girl can't remember anything, but there are these, her alternate personalities have joined together to protect her from what happened over the last 3 years. She was kidnapped by this man who wanted to keep her as his wife, and it goes on about it and her trying to live with all these different personalities, and they're taking over all over the time, and it's a really emotional and amazing book. I'd recommend it to anyone, I really would. 4 is Wither by Lauren DeStefano. I heard amazing things about this book, and I was not disappointed. It has a really unique concept of women dying at 20 and men die at 25 because of a botched attempt to create the perfect human race, and a disease they created instead kills them off when they get to 20 and 25. And this girl is taken to become one of 5 wives to this man so they can produce babies and things like that, and this is her wanting to escape to be with her twin brother and everything. It was really, really incredible. I loved everything about it. The characters were really, really well developed, and the writing style was absolutely beautiful. Really fantastic. Number 5, Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I remember reading this when I was in year 10, I think, so I was about 14 maybe, and I enjoyed it then, but I could barely remember anything. So when I picked it up and got it for my birthday, or was it for Christmas one year, I was really pleased to to find that I really still enjoyed it, and it was just as good, if not better, than the first time I read it because I was older. A society where when people turn 16 they have an operation and they get turned pretty. It's a really amazing book. The writing style is really incredible and flawless, and everything just seems to flow into it. And Tally, our main protagonist, is really strong and interesting, and I just loved her. She was really fantastic. So, This next one is it's two books that I'm counting towards as one though, because they're part of a series, and that is The Immortal Rules and The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa. Oh my god, these are absolutely incredible books. Incredible, absolutely fantastic, and I don't know where to start with this. Vampires, post-apocalyptic world where vampires rule, and everything along those lines. Girl who's a kind of drifter of sorts gets turned into a vampire, and she is struggling with her humanity, and then she falls in love with a human. Oh my god. It's just so much love and the feels in this book, and the cliffhanger in book 2. Are you kidding me? We're gonna have to wait until May this year to read the third book, which sucks. Really incredible books, and just so much love for these. Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I was a little hesitant to start reading this sometime last year. I don't know why, I just wasn't sure whether I was going to like it, even though I already had the first 3 books in the series. My fears were completely unwarranted. This was absolutely fantastic and really incredible. Rose, I thought I was going to hate her character because she is a very headstrong and very confident girl. And she's very confident with the way she looks, and well, overly confident, and I wasn't sure whether I'd like that, but I really did like her. She's so funny and quirky and different, and it was really great to read this book. And the whole world and the whole vampires, there's like the Moroi and the Strigoi and the Damthir. It's just an incredible world, and I actually picked up the entire rest of the series so I can read it because it's just a really good book, this. Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. A new adult book, so warning, there are some more adultish scenes in it. Nothing bad, like adult books. It's just more in the higher age range of recommendation. Girl goes to college, meets a boy called Travis, who is a sexy walking one-night stand, and the writing is incredible. I feel like I'm repeating myself all over the time, but really they're all amazing. Jamie Maguire is really fantastic, and I just couldn't put this book down. I think I read it in like a day. I just couldn't stop it, and I needed to get the companion novel so I could read Travis's point of view. Really fantastic. Wait For You by Jaylin. I read this before, Beautiful Disaster, but they kind of reminded me of one another. The romance in this is slow and builds really well, and it develops, it takes its time. It definitely isn't instant love. Oh, and Cam, the main love interest. Oh, gosh, I wish I could have a Cam. If I could have a Cam, I would be happy for the rest of my life. He is wonderful, although he is overly confident and gets every girl he wants. He wants this girl. And Avery is just a really lovely character, and she's written beautifully, and everything about it is really fantastic. So yes, another huge recommend. This is also new adult, so keep an eye out for that. Shiva by Maggie Stiefvater. I've had this book for years, since it first came out I think, and I only read it last year. I don't know why it took me so long to read it, but this book made me cry like a baby, and books, not all books have that effect on me, they really don't. This book, amazing, it really was. I think it would have done well as a standalone book, but it's really part of a trilogy. I loved Sam and Grace. They were really strong and well developed characters, and I just loved everything about them. It was really fantastic. Maggie Stiefvater is a god with her writing. I love it so. Next two are also kind of part of a series, they're kind of companion novels, so I'm going to count them as one, and that is Dare You To and Crash Into You. I can also want to count in Pushing the Limits as that. I don't have a physical copy as of yet, I have a Kindle copy. These are really, really fantastic books. Katie McGarry is an incredible writer, she really is. I have mentioned this probably 500 times about how much of an awesome writer Katie is. The romance in these books is amazing and steamy and builds on itself. It's not insta love, it works its way up from friendship, and they're kind of cliche storylines in a way, you know, good girl, bad boy. And they quickly became my favourite ever books, and I need to get Pushing the Limits in physical copy of the matching covers so they can sit happily together on my shelf, because I have so much love for these books. Easy by Tamara Webber, one of the last books that I read in 2013, and this is another new adult romance, and I think I love the new adult genre. It's just amazing. I talked about this a lot in my wrap up, so if you're interested in that you can go see. But this really is an incredible book. The characters are so well developed and it has a really beautiful storyline, and her writing is really, really flawless and wonderful. I'm just gonna say you should read it. And finally, number 13 is Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Dark Side. This took me by surprise, it really did. I was expecting to give this book maybe a 4 out of 5, but I gave it a 5. It's really, really fantastic. So I loved it so much that I went out and bought the second book straight away. I loved it that much. Lucius, the love interest in this book, is to die for, and really, really wonderful. And Jessica, the main girl, is really fun and she's interesting, and she just wants to be a typical teenager, and she's finding that hard when her prearranged fiance suddenly turns on the scene and says that they are to be married soon, and she is a vampire princess. So yes, there's so much going on in this book that you wouldn't believe. Even though it is a short book, the amount of stuff that happens is incredible. Those are my top 13 books of 2013. I know technically there are 13, 14, maybe 15, but 2 of them, like I said, don't count because they're part of the series. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I will have another video up for you soon. Happy reading. Bye!